Hi guys, many people find cooking rice challenging, especially white rice, often ending up with either undercooked or overcooked grains, which can be frustrating and wasteful. So with a few simple tweaks, I'm going to show you how to get the most fluffiest rice you can. So for that, I'm using the long grain rice. That's the type of rice I'm using. We have salt and we also have some butter. So we're going to explore the key techniques, including rice to water ratio, rinsing the rice, and the ideal cooking method to achieve fluffy, delicious rice. Okay, so for the rinsing, I'm going to rinse this rice until the water runs clear. Okay, you have to rinse the rice until the water is very clear so that all the starch is out. We don't want it starchy because if it's starchy, it's going to get mushy and that's not what we want. So you're going to rinse that thoroughly until everything is clear. The first thing to keep in mind is that rice is a staple in many cuisines around the world, and different cultures have their own way of cooking it. What works for one might not work for another, so you have to find a method that works for you. So for the water ratio, it's very crucial, as it directly affects the texture and consistency of the final product. If you put too much water in, you end up with mushy and unappetizing rice. And if you put too little, you end up with dry, crumbly rice. And that's not what we want, so that's it. So I've finished rinsing the rice, making sure to remove excess starch and impurities that can affect the flavor and textures. Okay, so now when it comes to cooking rice, you have few options. You can use a rice cooker or you can use a pot on the stove top. So I'm using a stove top now to cook the rice. So I went in with the water and I'm using 3 cups of water for the 2 cups of rice. That's a good ratio for me. So you use 3 cups for the 2 for this type of rice I'm cooking. It will be okay, it will be good enough for it to cook it. So it depends on the rice you're using. Sometimes when you use 2 cups, then that means you have to go in with 2 cups of water and so on. So here I'm going to add salt, and then I'm also going to add in the butter. So this butter we are adding now is going to help separate the grains, it's going to help enhance the flavor, and it's also going to prevent the rice from sticking. So you can use butter or you can use oil, but I prefer using butter for it. So now we're going to cook this on a medium heat. Okay, you have to lower your heat. You don't want it too high because the rice is going to get burnt. Another common issue is the lack of patience when cooking rice. It's easy to get distracted and leave it unattended, only for it to turn mushy and still be crunchy in the middle. So cooking this rice is a very patient stuff. You have to be very, very patient with it. Okay, this is not you putting it on the stove top and just leaving it and walking away. No, you have to be there and monitor it to be sure of what's happening. If it's undercooked or if it's overcooked, you need to know. Or if it's burning, remember we're cooking it on a low heat. Okay, so now see the way it's bubbling. I'm going to cover it back again and then continue cooking for a little while. And then finally, there we have it. Okay, so we let the rice rest after cooking for the best texture. Okay, so you see, perfect rice is very achievable with the right techniques and details. Okay, attention to details. So by following these few steps and simple tips, you'll be well on your way to creating a perfect restaurant quality rice that is going to impress your people. All right, so it's all about experimenting and finding what works for you. Don't be discouraged if it takes few times or trials to get it right. With patience, you're going to get it right. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to check out my other cooking video and let me know your rice cooking tips in the comment section. And also remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Okay, give me a big thumbs up. Thank you.